a new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Put one in the pocket. The combo's there. Decent damage. What's next? Blocks the jump in. No good up high. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Checks them with a projectile. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Shows the medium kick. Goes for the jump in. Both fighters planning something. Jumps in, experiencing burnout. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Oh, could be the start of something. Checks with a medium kick. Doing some quick planning? In there! Player 2 is the last fighter standing. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? That drive impact is blocked.
Opening.
Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Jump in finds the mark. There's a corner switch. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Cross up block. Some fine spacing and timing. Deftly shuts out the jump in. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. Heading into the end game now, it snipes them out the air. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Decides to create some distance to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Things are slow going right now. They're experiencing burnout. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Going in, blocks it. Barely blocks the jump in. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Jumps. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 1 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stick. Blocks the low kick. Overdrive, go! Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent to submit and whip. Closes it out. Player 2 comes away with the win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Put one in the pocket. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Players, hold your breath. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Grabs them, taking stock. What a clutch side kicks there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Got their eye on the air. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. That drive impact is blocked. Next hit will end the round. Whiffs the throw. Gets him. Player 2 on the board first with the win. He'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Checks him with a hits him with a stopping block. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side kick. Player 2, burnout activated. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean.
Well fought!
Player 2 is the last fighter standing.
comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Let us begin. Hope you're ready.
Round one. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Will the drive parry here open things up for him? Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. Mid KO. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Experiencing burnout. Risky up-close scraps still going. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Drive time. Sonic Blade's a fish for a reaction. Both fighters pose solid puncher. Expect to see some added pressure here. Excellent block. Can this drive bring them back? Shuts that down with a parry. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Going in? Checks him with the boom. Machine 2 Hadouken. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. In there! Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The jump in catches them. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 1 has not been shy about using the drive gauge. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time, so it's vital to not let that happen. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. That drive impact is blocked. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. The load doesn't KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Overdrive Hadouken. Good parry here to try and make something happen. It's not easy to parry projectiles in the heat of a match, but it's definitely effective. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their experiencing burnout. Heats it up with a combo into super. Knockdown and... Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Scrapping it out up close. What now? There's a burnout. Let's loose a boom. Just hit the drive. What are you jumping in for? Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Air throw. Have their eye on the sky. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast them? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Super meter is looking bare right now. Will they try to hang back to stock up or continue fighting? Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Projectile to try and change the situation. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground defenses. Spins it on the super. Where's their opening? Smart choice to use that attack to do chip damage and get the KO to take the round. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything? Burnout activates. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Gotta be careful not to whip experiencing burnout. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Going in, player 2 is Go's solid puncher. Expect to see some added pressure here. Sonic break. Time to reassess the situation. Not much luck. Sneaks in the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it. The jump in catches them. Goes for the fireball. Difficult situation for a throw. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Sonic boom! Dashes up. Burnout activates. Checks him with the boom. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them, which ends with a projectile. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Holds out with the block. That combo did decent damage. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Quick breather. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Blocks the impact. This is a turning point. With experiencing burnout. Opts to continue the end the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Who's gonna make a move? They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Player 1 with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. A depleted drive gauge will really limit their options here. Smart leader management is one of the keys to winning, so the perfect takes the round without getting touched. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. It's a perfect parry to stop them. Time to go on the offensive. Checks him with the boom. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Sonic boom. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Side switch in the corner. What'll happen here? Go's solid puncher. Expect to see some added pressure here. Player 2 is dominating this match. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.